So let me verify on YouTube that we can hear properly, and then we'll. 1 sec. Your lady? Oh wow, awesome. That's awesome. We'll talk about that not on live stream, I guess. I just crap. How do I find okay. Test. Test. That better? How do I find my live video? What the hell? This should be live, right? We're live. Oh, maybe I didn't make it public. Why can't I see my own stream? Chase, I can't hear you. Okay. Can you hear me, Tyler? The other guy. Okay, I see it now. I see it. All right, everybody. We are still working through audio issues. Now we can't hear Chase. So let me. Okay, I see it now.
I can hear you on the stream. I can hear every little noise you're making. I just can't hear myself. Oh, there I am. Hey! Oh, Opa! Hey! Woo! Oh, that's about to be loud. My bad. Yeah, I'm about to scream on this. Thank God. Can you hear me, Matthew?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't hear you anymore, Matthew. It's like one or the other. It's okay. You know what? I'll tell you what. We just take turns talking. How about that? At this point. This is gonna make a good video. We gotta clip that and make it into a video. Oh, jeez.
So can't hear me on stream anymore?
So Matthew, my friend, if you don't mind updating that their analysis board. I think it needs to be clicked on every now and again to update. So.
Okay, so Chase.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you the tale of the tape here. We have two Waco legends here. Okay. Oh, this ought to be good. Here he is. Here he is, people. I'm going to mute myself. Don't panic. It's because I did it. Wait. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. This is about as good as it's going to get. So get over it. I have a tremendous amount of information on both these lovely Waco chess players. Ethan here is ranked in the top 90% of junior players somehow. He doesn't look very junior to me, but that's neither here nor there. He's got an even 50-50 score with 28 wins, 8 draws, 28 losses, which is just phenomenal. He's been in 5 cat hair quads. That's a lot of cat hair quads. That's a lot of cat hair. He played in the under 1800 section of the Pan American Intercollegiate Championship. Let me take a breath. It's a long title. That was back in January of 2023. It was in Seattle, Washington. He went all the way on a plane, or maybe a train, all the way to Seattle, Washington. He also played in the Collegiate Online Championship in November 2022. Isn't that wonderful? And Eric is no slouch. He's ranked in the top 90% of all Texas players, which is outstanding. He has an easy breezy, beautiful 12-month record. 35 wins, 10 draws, 18 losses, which is pretty solid, I'd say. He's been in 3 cat hair quads, 5 dog hair don't care swizzes, 4 bobblehead blitz tournaments, which is 4 more than I care to be in. That's rude. I'm sorry. He played in the July 2023 Action Championship. I think it was in one of those suburbs that is basically Dallas. He also played in the Omaha City Championship May 2022. And if we take a look at their record, they've played each other 3 times, rated. Unrated, God knows. But Eric has won 2 of those games. 2 of those games. If I just check my notes here, let's take a look here. Eric is rated 1485. His opponent, Ethan, 1522. So, good fortune and what's the word? Good fortune says that that the man with the higher rating will win, but I'm not so sure. Do you have anything to add after that incredibly long diatribe, Mr. Ratsiskowski? I'll just call him Matthew.
Yeah, I mean, I've played Eric. Sorry, my mic. I'm getting feedback. I can't even talk. Keep going, Chase.
Okay, I will keep going because now the delay has caught up to me, and that's how we do this, right? Not knowing about the high rating winning because of weekly. Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true. So I suppose we could talk about the actual position instead of our wonderful interpersonal relationships and all the Waco bobblehead blitz tournaments. So,
Chase, can you hear me?
If I take a look at this position here, which is not up to date, let's see here. Castles, queen trade, take. Okay. So we have what is essentially a dead even game. It's nearly symmetrical. I mean, it's not, but it's nearly symmetrical. Those of you who were paying attention earlier probably noticed the eval bar was a little lopsided, but now it's remarkably even. And I would love to talk about why that is, but we were talking about audio for about an hour, but that's okay. Matthew, what say you? What do you think about the pawn break f6? I want to hear from you. I want to hear all about Matthew's views on the move f6. Tell me, my friend.
I'm still trying to work through things here.
Okay, well, still working through things. Yeah, I do believe that live board needs some refreshing, perhaps just a click or two. A delightfully devilish revisiting of the page should clear things right up. Perhaps holding the arrow all the way to the right might do it. There we go. That's the stuff, folks. That's the stuff. I say folks, what I mean is two people. We scared everybody else away. I'm going to be back, and now half the audience will leave. Live board is good. Okay, well, here's what I noticed. So we have a black occupying this lovely open file, but white has had these two files have been just gorgeous for most of the game here. I'm surprised it took this long for rook to c1. I was expecting rook d1 quite a while ago, but black has grabbed the open file. How to play for an advantage? Well, to be honest, I think white just has to bide his time. The pawn structure is just, I mean, it's nearly identical, but that c pawn makes all the difference in the position. I think white can stack up on it and eventually have some long-term pressure. I don't see black defending it very well, but we shall see. Well. We have pretty even time, 60 minutes to 12 minutes. That's not bad. Both players using every single minute they have as if it's their last minutes on Earth. Black trying to find a way to carry on. Perhaps rook d7, perhaps doubling on the d file would be in order. However, that c pawn, man, I just can't get past it. I mean, we're gonna stack up on it, and it'll be good if we're allowed to take on f6. I think the resulting pawn structure will heavily favor white, but we're just going to have to see where these players take it. I couldn't tell you. I can't read their minds. I wish we had a live video feed of these two fine gentlemen, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of beverages being shared and cowboys being rooted for, or whatever sports people watch. I don't watch sports. I watch chess. But I'm sure there's cats running around, there's dogs running around, and dare I say, Jason Howell looming over the board, judging silently, or not so silently, who knows. But what a wonderful thing to have these DGT boards. We can do this. Now we just have to get the rest of the internet on board, and we'll be solid. We'll be solid. To the one person watching out there,
test. I just
realized is me. Thanks. I'm gonna eat some chicken now. I'll be right back.
Test. Chase, can you hear me?
Hello. I have fries. Yes, indeed. We still having a good time. It's all good. Oh. Okay. So it is as I said. The resulting pawn structure is good for white. Being up a pawn is generally considered to be good for white. Now I'm not a grandmaster, but I can count, and I count a 3-on-2 majority. Very spicy. Okay. Very spicy indeed. Pardon me there, Matthew, but those two boards seem to need constant attention and updating in the form of a click or perhaps a wave. Perhaps not. There we go. Okay. So this bishop has sort of inserted itself into the c file to just gum up the works, which is solid. That's solid. But now, unfortunately, for black, white can sort of start going after some weaknesses that have been created, namely these pawns. For instance, we can start to put pressure here, or we could even just try and lock this whole thing up, because the astute among you may notice this is a dark squared bishop. If we fix these pawns here on light squares, well, that would be pretty solid. And something like this would not match reality. So decisions. Or we could just not do any of that, and we could play g3. That works too. That is always an option. None of the above is always an option. Fascinating. I wonder what he's scared of. I guess making room for the king, but it's a very cautious move. We got to start going after black's position here, in my humble opinion. I will be back. He's got to find this move. He's got to find it. He just has to. Find it. Find it. You can do it. I'm channeling you. Why is this good? Why is this good? Well, we can get behind here, start breaking everything, right? And we're defending our weakness. Looks good to me. Even after this is fine. What if he goes after our weakness? Well, guess what? I don't care. Because now you're mine, right? Go ahead, take the punt. Just saying. Let's see if he finds it. Yo, did he find it? Oh my God, he found it. What a dude. Okay. All right. We got a game. All right. I'm going to go back and eat more French fries, and I'll come back. See ya.
Test. Test.
Let's take a look at what's changed, eh? Takes. Good. Time's running low. It's about to get electric, yeah. So I wonder where Black's going to take this, because this is not comfortable. Being down a pawn is one thing, but White's rook is on the 7th, very active. Whoa, DGT. What on earth did I just miss? Oh, okay. Good. It all updated at once. Sorry. Okay. Oops. Not there yet. King hiding on G2. I'm sure black is considering rook to A1 to go after this pawn. But I think the threat of... Oh, never mind. Maybe he's going back to... well, I don't really know how to explain that move, honestly. I can't explain that because H4 is rather forcing, especially in such a time control. We're just going to push that somewhere. Here we go, going after the weakness. Good. Going after A5. You tell me how he defends that. I mean, that bishop all the way back to D8, that might lead to some heartbreak, yeah, with rook to A8. I'm sure he knows that. He must. Let's see how he deals with it. It's as if I'm predicting the future. Now, he's got to make some uncomfortable moves here. Very tough. And unfortunately for black, bishop b6 is rather juicy indeed. Medium rare tenderloin, juicy. And he finds it. I love it. I love this dude. It's almost as if he has an AirPod and he's listening to everything I say. I'm kidding, but it's okay. Okay. Very decisive action going on in this game. Time running down. There are double attacks left and right. This does not favor black whatsoever, and I feel as if it's almost resignable, in my humble opinion. Oh my good God. We have quite a quick game going on here. I'm just going to ditch the analysis board, talk about the game. He's going after the pawn. I get it. White defends. Very simple. Black's down a bishop, folks. There's not much else I can say. And he has white has a very beautiful, luscious passed pawn. The king comes in, trying to do something. Unfortunately, that rook is just too good of a guard. Watching the entirety of the d-file, heartbreaking. I would resign in this position, personally. Is that what we're seeing here? The time is no longer ticking. Perhaps someone has stopped the clock and resigned. Oh, never mind. Okay. Forget I said anything. The king comes in. Oh, hey, kitty cat. The king comes in. Perhaps bishop f8, going after the pawn. Yes. It's a scout. Bishop f8 and g6. Who knows? Oh. Okay, we have a result here. White is won by resignation. Very good. Let's see if we can pick up on round two here shortly. It's a resignation. He's not actually, he didn't actually move to that square. It's a resignation. But let's take a look at that game, why don't we? Round one. Why won't you not let me? Please, can I see the game? Okay. So let me put the rest of this game. Oh, okay. Never mind. We'll just do what we have. How about that? So, all the way back here. Let's see here. Gonna go all the way back. Very start. All right. We had a Rui Lopez. Fairly standard play here. A6, kicking the bishop. This is all very well-known stuff. The cat is attacking the food on the table. BRB. Cat saw the macaroni on the table and was like, "Yo, give me some of that." Isn't that right? Meow. So, castles. Knight takes. It's perfectly fine. D4. Well, what's another option? Rook E1 is. Rook E1 is certainly a good option, but D4 is excellent. Excellent. If we look at who's played like this, we have, I don't know, 16,000 games like this. So we're doing good. Kicks the bishop back to B3. And in a moment here, of course, he backs up the knight. In a moment here, we're going to see the bishop all the way back to C2. It's in a very good spot. These bishops are very, very attractive looking. There's cops everywhere. I hope everybody's okay. So this position's fairly equal for this level of play. Let's take a look. Okay, bishop E7. H3, very safe. There may be some better moves here, but H3 by no means is a mistake. Maybe something like knight to D4 is nice, and if for some reason this happened, I mean, this is pretty. That's not likely to happen. Probably would move the bishop back, and there's some interesting ideas here, like F4, just kind of clamping down on that pawn. Rather committal, but I really think it looks pretty good for white, honestly. Back up though. So we had H3, which is fine, and A5, starting this plan to sort of march up the board on the queen side. Rook to E1, knight E4. Okay, maybe some improvements to be made here. Maybe just castles, but knight E4. Not bad. If white parts with the bishop and we have something like this, well, this is the most boring game of chess ever played, but these two people don't want that game, so we didn't get that. Luckily he does not exchange. He develops his remaining knight. Very good. Takes. Again, looks good for white, but fairly even, regardless of the eval bar. I think it's fairly even. Let's see where black takes it. D4, and this is giving the eval bar kind of a workout here, but why? Why is that the case? It allows something like this, bishop E4, and that's just kind of annoying. Can be blocked, but now really we can just back it up, and now we've got this and this. If we exchange, well, we're right back where we were, folks. Maybe something like this. Certainly not. I mean, that's not good. This is falling. This is pinned. So we didn't get that, though. We did not get that. We got bishop to D3, eyeing the pawn. And rook B8, something I think black wanted to play anyways. White just kind of helped him out. Let's take a look. Round 2 yet? No. Okay. No problem. No problem. No problem. Rook b8, defending the pawn, allowing this push in the future. We got a lot of ammunition here. Queen e2, centralizing. I think it's a pretty good move, honestly. I think it's a pretty good move. It allows the queen access to this juicy square and backs up this attack here. I like it. I like it. Takes. Takes. Of course, we don't really want that, do we? Bishop takes. Not bad. Not bad at all. Natural. Push the pawn. Now we've dedicated a lot of resources to this idea here. Oh, check it out, folks. We have the second game. I think it's a Sicilian. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start another game. Let's see here. If I could start another game. Delete. All right. Eric with the black pieces. Ethan with the white. Oh, silly me. I looked at it backwards. We have a Dutch. This is going to be incredible. And by the amount of time that White is taking, I have a feeling he's trying to think of all the different ways to crush the Dutch, of which there are many. But it is still a perfectly playable opening. I love the Hopton attack. Excuse me. Bishop to g5 leads to some silliness. Yes, silliness is good. However, we may just see a classical. Oh, okay. He's going with the London system, perhaps. Fascinating. So this is close to the Hopton, but it's not quite the Hopton. Putting pressure on the knight immediately, but let's see where we go from here. Because I love me a London, and I love me a London against the Dutch. We get some kingside action going on here. Isn't that wonderful? Of course, our Dutch defense probably going to continue with knight to f6, or perhaps even pushing the pawn up to g6. We'll see. G6, maybe not the most popular, but kind of allows an early, some early nonsense. Maybe not G6. And here we have it. We have knight to f6. An interesting choice here, knight to c3 instead of the traditional c4. He may be going for some cheese here, some Dutch cheese, which is probably some good cheese. Good Dutch cheese. We'll see. We'll see if he goes right for it. We could see moves like knight to a6, defending that nonsense, or perhaps a move like d6. We'll see. Ooh, text message. Lucky me. Let's see here. Turns out I accidentally scheduled a chess practice for Halloween. Oops. Let me fix that. Oh my good God, h4. It's going to be a party, folks. I cannot wait. This is entirely dependent on how Black defends here. I want to see some fireworks. One of my favorite things to do is sack the rook on h5 for a ton of activity. Probably not necessary. Well, it's never necessary. It's fun, right? Let's see what happens. Let's see if black will continue his development scheme and allow this pawn to thunder down the king side. Personally, I say come at me. Fix bayonets. Let's have a party. Bishop e7 and let's do it, right? I dare you. I double dog dare you. I double Dutch dare you. Attack me. We'll see if you can survive. Eric taking his time, though, considering whether or not it's worth it. I can respect that. Take your time, Eric, while I respond to this concerned parent. Okay. Decision time. Dutch edition. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Eric, I believe in you. Bishop e7. Accept the challenge. I got you, man. I got you. If bishop e7, well, perhaps e3, playing in normal fashion here. But let's look at that knight jump. Why that maybe is not the most advantageous. d6 just kind of shuts down everything, and black's pawn structure is very wavy and wonderful, like a Lay's potato chip. Not a Lay's. What are they called? Ruffles. Wavy and wonderful, like a ruffle potato chip. And this is no longer useful. So perhaps back and castles saying, come attack me. I dare you. e3. This could happen, folks. In fact, I think it will. I'm holding out hope that will happen. That exact line. We shall see. But let's look at some other options. What are some other options for the black pieces? Well, bishop b4, tad bit more active, pinning the knight. And here, I mean, we could see a lot of things. But if white will continue in attacking fashion, queen d3. Oh, we have a decision. A decision I did not expect. Let us examine. We have b6, intending to fianchetto the bishop. However, I have a feeling that white is meaning to... let's see. I have a feeling that white is meaning to castle queenside, and that will not matter much. Let's find out. London. Exactly. Okay. b6, everybody. b6. Very good. If we take a look at the exploration here, we see that we left theory around h4. Instead of h4, we had e6. Excuse me. I must be sounding crazy. Instead of let's see here. Instead of h4, we had moves like e3. That's what I meant. My bad. Read it backwards. However, h4 being very, very naughty indeed on the king side. Let's get back to that. So how does white respond? Well, if I was the white pieces right now, I think I would probably just continue my plan. Oh my goodness. Pushing h5, saying, please, castle, Please. Please, castle. Please. But will he? Will he continue with bishop b7? Or perhaps even bishop a6? Eyeing the light squared bishop, preventing something like this. If this ever happens, it's kind of annoying. Certainly not the end of the world. We can still hide, but kind of annoying. Moves like bishop b7, fairly standard. Now, I don't think this is very compelling if white just castles queenside, for instance, because now what are you looking at? Sure, this can't be pushed anytime soon, but I think he's going to get out of dodge way before that's relevant. So let's go back. Let's go back to the current move. Okay. Predictions. Anybody have predictions out there? Oh, what do you know? He went with my line. Bishop a6, meaning to be annoying. Oh, no, I'm just looking at my own screen. Never mind. These things happen. It's been a long day. It's been a long day. Bishop b7, more conservative line. I can respect that. I can definitely respect that. White should continue. Moves like e3 or queen d3, hoping to castle queenside. Castling kingside would not be advantageous for anyone except black right now. I can't wait to see how this develops. In fact, I wonder if black will take all the moves he needs to castle queenside, all 87 moves he needs to get all his pieces out of the way to castle queenside. Place your predictions in the comments, those two people watching. Place your predictions. Oh. Ethan certainly taking his time. Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing at all. I often take my time myself. Sometimes I'm even playing chess while I'm doing it. So, isn't that wonderful? Oh, let's see here. E3, reasonable. Black can continue a number of ways. However, personally, let's develop that bishop and, get the whole castle thing going. That would be nice if we get our pieces in the game. Move like a6 would make a lot more sense as well, preventing this knight from coming into the game. This is giving me some flashbacks to some of my Queen's Indian games, except way into the middle game, not the opening. Okay. Please give us a moment while we figure some stuff out. Pretty please. Okay.